Hola tribe, welcome to the House of Kai. So today we're going to do our oracle read. I don't know about you, but I have been allowing the energies to play out and allowing the insights to come through naturally. And with that being said, I feel like we're now at a new crossroad or a new platform of information coming through. And so it's a good time. Good time to have some more energies coming at us and seeing what the cards have to say today and what message it is for the tribe. The tribe, my wild ones. My wild ones. You know, that has been the message, right? For me anyway. Be wild and be free. Right? Live wild and free. Seems crazy, right? We seem so held captive right now. There are many people that are still living in this quarantine kind of state. My heart breaks for them. And there are many who, how can I even say it? It's like they were self-quarantined for so long. They were caged. They lived inside of confines and structures. I mean, we all do, right? Within our own ego, within our own fears, because the ego can bring up the fears. And so, you know, it's interesting. I say that, and a big thing for myself as of late is when I hear messages coming through that are trying to deter me from my path, fear-based statements. You know, there's a great book by Don Miguel Ruiz. He's the author of The Four Agreements. I forget which one it was of his, but it's one of his, I think it's like a second or third book. He spoke of not believing the voice, right? So, excuse me, when the voice comes in telling us that we should fear something, it's up to us to not feed the voice. And so there's all different ways. And I really loved, his phrase, it was that, you know, I don't believe you. Simply, I don't believe you. So when fear comes into your energetic field, your mind, making the initial statement of, I don't believe you. And then sometimes that fear will come in again and it'll try harder, it'll keep knocking at that door. And I invite you to simply consistently say, I do not believe you, I do not believe you, I do not believe you. And choose to keep your attention on what it is that you are moving towards. What energy it is that you are feeding and nurturing versus the fear of what this ego, or, you know, I'll be honest, what most people, I think those of the tribe do know, but to the extent I'm unsure, is that other energetic beings try to come into your energy field. They try to come into your energy field and they try to manipulate you. It's true, I'm sorry to say. And sometimes it's unconscious, sometimes they don't even know they're doing it, and other times it's consciously. And the worst part is that it's often those we love the most. You know, it's the beings that we trusted or loved the most that have their own fears or their own agenda that we're not privy to, that they will attempt to plant seeds of fear into your energy field so that you don't make changes and that you don't grow. And so it is up to ourselves to own and know ourselves well enough and not feed those voices. It's a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie, it is. Especially when we are feeling so suppressed by that which is around us, right? So when we already feel some level of oppression due to our environment or our current state of awareness, it's really easy to feed those fears, right? I have to do another video about this, but one of my methods of having lost weight, I had lost over 160 pounds naturally by studying my body, allowing myself to decode what my body needed in those moments, why it needed it, how it felt, all that kind of stuff. And in that process, I realized one really simple trick. And it was, especially in the beginning stages, when you already feel like crap. If you feel like crap, it's so easy to eat more crap, right? You're like, oh, I already feel like crap. So you just consume how you feel. I invite people, and this is part of my trick, is that don't consume how you feel, consume how you want to feel. So instead of thinking like, I'll get X, Y, and Z on the menu over here, or I'll create this meal for dinner based off of it seems to taste good, or it's my go-to, or you already know how you're going to feel from it, right? How is it you want to feel when you're done eating something? And then eat that. Eat those things that bring you how you want to experience things versus how you are experiencing things, right? So no different than in this mode. So when these voices come in and they tell you, oh my God, no, you can't do that, fear, fear, fear. I don't know about you, but I grew up in a, beautiful. I grew up in a house where there was a lot of you can't. There was a lot of fear-based stuff pressured into my system. And I lived there for a long time until I had to, do the work, the journey work to realize that that's not my belief system. That's their belief system. That's their fear of thinking, they're afraid of me failing, or they themselves would think they would fail. So instead of allowing me the freedom to figure out what serves me and what I'm capable of, they would activate a fear in my body. And, they really, for the most part, the family, I can't say this for everyone, but for the most part, it was unintentional. They never wanted to harm me in that they thought they were keeping me safe. And it's okay. That's how they thought they could keep me safe. And so that's also how the ego works. That's also how other people will try to feed your energy field, right? So you have to decide what is safe for you. Is it safe to stay small and oppressed, or is it safe to expand and be the wild one that you are? And so as I shuffle today, this is, she's gorgeous. Number 21, Dadiri, and it's hearing truth. Oh my God. I love that dove coming from her. Wow. I am moved emotionally by this, and as you can hear, my sinuses immediately filled up because it's just the kind of being that I am. When I experience the emotions, they run through me fast. So I say this to you as I process this hearing of truth, right? Hearing of truth. And so I don't find that truth brings me fear. Truth may bring me sadness. Truth may upset me, but it doesn't bring me fear. So as we drop into who we are, can you sit in truth? Be unattached to whatever it is you're hearing. Let it run through you. It has a lot to do with staying centered emotionally, being unattached to the stories that come up. Right? And can we allow ourselves to be present with the peace in our hearts so that our minds can have peace? You know, this figure she's very solace. She's very much at peace. And she's very much tapped into her heart here through her energy systems, as I see the energetic systems to the side of her, right? So this is like, to me, I see this as like this is her inner, right? This is her inner world, the groundedness, the expansiveness, the vastness of her being is reflected outside of her. And we're witnessing, let's see if I can get just that beautiful, peaceful solaceness in her face. Yeah. Truth may be painful, but it doesn't bring you fear. It's a good way of determining what truth is. And so I know for myself and on my journey, I've had many beings that I have held great love for. And they appear to hold love. But I've witnessed more and more that they held more fear than love. And so they've allowed fear to take over how they engage with others or how they set energy forward, right? They don't actually sit in the love as much as they believe they're rooted in love. They're really rooted in fear. And it's very compartmentalized. It's very, very compartmentalized. You know, it's like, I have love over here, but over here, I mean, I have to think logically, right? I have to see it from this perception. No, you don't. Love is the only medicine. Love is the only cure. It must be pure. It must be raw. Love is raw. Raw. Animalistic. That is love. That is love. That is the essence of love. Love knows no bounds. None. And it heals everything. Everything. Now it is up to those to be willing to receive it. And that's what it really comes down to. How deep is your love? I have posted that a few different times over the years as, how deep is your love? Because if you think you're loving on a depthful level, I challenge you. I challenge you to look at your life and see if you can go deeper. Right? That is truth. Can you go even deeper? Can you release yourself from what it is you believe the outcome is meant to be or what you think your directive is, and literally just sit in all of that vibration that makes you want to control, right? Because what happens is we start looking for, I call the oh shit handles, right? We start going, oh, I've got to find the oh shit handle. How can I stop this process? How can I? And that's, now we've left all faith, right? Faith is out the window, right? When you grab that oh shit handle, right? Now you're not, you just lost your faith. And so now you're sitting in fear. And when that happens, usually you just see more mess. It's just more messy. It's like a lot more messy. But when you let go of those oh shit handles and just say, I have directive, I am focused, I believe in love. I believe that all things are possible through love. And you sit in that, it will only create more love. if you sit in the, yeah, I'm coming from love. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming from love, and I have a directive, and I have to accomplish X, Y, and Z because that is my appeared goal, right? Or how else are we going to make it work? Oh, gosh. That's all fear. That's all fear. And you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again and again and again. You cannot create love if you're not standing in it. You create where you stand. What are you rooted in? If you're rooted in fear, you're only creating more fear. You're only creating more lack, more depletion, and more chaos. Just kind of the way it goes. So either you are rooted in love and creating love, or otherwise. That's just the way it goes. So I challenge you, hear truth. Listen for truth. Truth doesn't, when you allow yourself to breathe and be present with all the truth that comes into you, and now if it's creating a fear, then, are you attached to an outcome? Right? I think the simplest way of looking at that is like relationships. People hold on to partnerships and think like, oh, this is the only way, and I have to keep them around, or it's, they think they're doing it for the other person's benefit, and they're not. They have their own preconceived desires, right? Well, desire is manifesting from a place of lack, right? Desire is a place of lack. Need and want and desire is lack mentality. That's not love. That's not rooted in love. Big time not rooted in love. And so let's see what our next card is here. Sitting in things that make us feel uncomfortable and just allow ourselves to experience all the emotions that need to be experienced and purged through our system until we come to a place of true acceptance and peace, right? That's truth. Truth brings you peace. It really does. It's just this pure acceptance. Unattached. Just unattached. The only thing that you should ever be attached to, and it's not even attachment, it's just claim and own your personal sovereignty, your soul's vibration. Own it. Don't be attached. I mean, there is a level of attachment to your soul, but it's really not attachment. It's just claim it. It's yours. Claim it. Good. And don't let anyone else try to take that from you. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. It's yours. Yeah. Good. So, let's see. 2 more shuffles, I was just told. 2 more shuffles. Good. So, the hearing of truth. And how do we do that? Well, we clear the layers. We clear the layers. Oh, this is great. Magnetism. Gosh, and the dove translates here now. Now the dove is here. And the dove is actually this beautiful red. Oh my goodness, look at this. That dove now translate here. It's aiming towards the sun and further creation. Right? Truth moves us forward. Truth moves us forward through peace and acceptance. That's it. Claim it. Claiming our own personal sovereignty, our soul's vibration. I mean, truly, look at this, right? So we have, and you'll draw more of it, magnetism, right? You draw more of what you stand in when you come from this place of truth and centeredness, creating more of it, right? More of that creation. Did I have this right? I think it's supposed to be like that. So, allow ourselves to move forward in this place of peace, right? In all of your colors, right? No longer containing ourselves so that others feel safe, because that just means they never felt safe. Really, anybody who can't deal with all of your colors doesn't already feel safe in their being as it is. They already feel unsafe, and that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And it's okay to be kind and gentle around them, and considerate without losing who you are to the essence of your being. Don't compromise that. You don't need to make yours bigger than theirs. You don't need to overpower them or force it down their throat, you know what I mean? Which people do all the time. And most people don't even know they're being energetically attacked. Most people have no idea that they are being energetically attacked all the time. That we ourselves have given power to other people to have that in our energy field. I think we should do a clearing on that. I think that's a good video to move forward with too, is to do a clearing out our energetic field, to remove attachments, other people's attachments. So thank you. That's a good one. We'll do that. We'll do that. And the other is purifying, right? Getting to a place of centered. Getting to a place of centered and allowing it to flow through us so that we can attract that which we wish, right? That which we stand. Ooh, man, we are moving forward fast. Look at this steadfastness. We have everything we need. We have everything we need to move forward steadfast, right? And I love Ganesha in this image right here. He's like side saddling the elephant. He's all chill. He's completely chill. He's not like, steadfast, holding on tight, thinking he has to, claim something or rule power over anyone else. He's chill. He's got everything he needs. He's got his weapons in hand. Now, when I say weapons aren't necessarily things to harm other people. They're knowledge, right? They're just symbolic. So when you see that he has different, like knives or swords or, different elements that seem threatening, they're not. They're just symbolic of what they represent. So the sword is truth, right? You'll see right here. My sword, the sword of truth, right? It's a big deal to me. Truth is a big deal to me. And so here, he is just, he's allowing, that elephant has directive. It knows where it's going. And he's just riding side saddle, present, aware, knowing that all that he has manifested is coming into fruition. Effortless, right? Effortless. So staying in this place of truth, staying on that steadfast trail, becoming a magnet for it, that it is so powerful. Over my life, and this is a quote I have been given. I almost said stolen, but I didn't steal it. They knew I was taking it. So it wasn't stolen. Somebody that was in my life a long time ago made I pray he is well, made a comment to me, and he said that I loved this. He goes, "My religion is love, and I worship at the altar of truth." My religion is love, and I worship at the altar of truth. That's it. I believe all is one. And so I do not wish to attach to dogma. It's so limiting. And the title of any religious factor has been tainted at this point in time. Too much has gotten corrupted. And so I wish to be as pure as possible in my insights. So if I was to anchor into attaching to a religious base, right? Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. Well, Taoism, I actually would probably, Taoism is just being present. You know what I mean? It's just being accountable and present, really, from my interpretation of it. So, but Christianity, Catholic, all of that, I do not claim any of those titles of a religious belief because all of them got dirty. They're all rooted. They're all rooted in love. They're all rooted in a truth. But the term no longer feels clean to me. And when you attach to one of those statements, you also have the ability, I mean, not everyone does, but you have the ability to take hold of all the dirty mess that came with it. And that can lead people to defending it, right? I know a lot of people who are like hardcore Christians, and I adore them. Excuse me. And they really are rooted in truth. They're rooted in their hardcore Christianity truth, and I love it. But I do find that oftentimes they have to defend. You know, people will come at them and they will start spewing scripture or something, and it's really a defense. That's a defensive way of communicating your truth. Truth requires no defense. There is nothing to defend. It's simply truth. It might not feel good. It might not, be what you want to hear. But that doesn't require a defense. So with that being said, what are you rooted in, right? What are we rooted in? Because we create from where we're rooted. If we're moving forward to the speed to which we are moving forward, then I invite us to literally get really rooted in truth. Really rooted in truth. And allow yourself to experience all the emotions that come with it. If your truth, if you're allowing yourself to limit the perception of truth based off of an outcome, then that's the lie, right? That's no longer truth. Holding on to what you wish for an outcome to be is deceiving yourself. And so, can you sit in truth so much that you literally let go of all outcomes? I'm not gonna lie, it's painful. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it, but it's painful. It's definitely. So let's see what we have for our final and last card here today. Oh, I love it, because we're magnetically moving forward in truth. In peace. Oh my gosh, truth and peace. That is more powerful than can be imagined. I would rather move forward in truth and peace any day, than to live in lies and deceptions. That's me. Okay, almost there. Yeah. Just saw one of my favorite cards. Let's see. Last shuffle. Goddess of air. So, I keep getting communication from this when I hear this. So air is the communication, right? We have the dragonfly. And this image here can just be represented as so many things. It almost has like butterfly wings towards it, or a shell, right? So what I see is this constant movement, right? Unstoppable movement. Air is all the time. Even if we don't feel it moving through us, there's always air. Even if there's not a wind, there's always air. So, of course, I'm going to say breath work, because that's what I do. But again, I'm looking at this figure. She's very solace. She's looking towards the future. She's not too high, she's not too low. She's just staying on that line. Right? Manifesting from peace. That's exactly what will be needed. Right? Peace and truth. So that is our message today, y'all. Peace and truth, because we are moving forward with due speed. We are. And so allow ourselves to do the work to continue to clear through the layers that have blocked us from being in truth or giving other people power. So I really want you to practice and work on when you hear phrases that seem to debilitate you, don't give them power. Immediately, boom, cut them down. I don't believe you. Untrue. Untrue. And keep allowing that energy to be outside of you. Nope, untrue, not receiving it, not receiving it. Nope, untrue, untrue. And then get centered and seek truth from within. Seek peace from within. Don't feed the other. Don't feed the other. And don't allow others to gain access over you. No, that's another video we have to do too. Yeah. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. If you like my messages, please leave comments or share with your friends. I would love that. I would love that. I want to get more tribe to know. Thank you. Mwah. Peace out, tribe.